On My Health, My Treasure. Today we are with us Jean-Marie Olivier, Ari Jean-Louis, and the expert in financial planning, the expert in insurance products, Roger Pierre. Roger, welcome to My Health, My Treasure. Happy for you to be here.
Thank you, Jay. And I'll say hi to Jean-Marie and hi to Harry. Well, today we are going to talk about not
Hi.
financial planning, but final expense planning. Final expense planning, which is a concern of everybody out there because that's the only guarantee we have. Dying is the guarantee that we are. We're all going to die. So therefore, we must spend time to plan for that. Final expense planning deal with expenses that will face once you pass away. So it's not going to be you, but it's going to be your heirs, your beneficiaries, people that are going to take responsibilities to bury you. Although you do the planning yourself, but somebody else will execute the plan that you put in place. So most people, when they do that with final expense insurance, the beneficiaries know exactly what the money is supposed to be used for because you've heard, and I have heard it also, people fight, people disagree, families, get apart because of the death of a dear one. So they argue. One want to do this, the other one wants to do that. So once you pre-plan it, your beneficiaries obviously will know what the money is for. So to avoid anything, any kind of like discussion among them. So now we are going to be telling you, going over the importance of final expense planning. First of all, final expense insurance is relatively inexpensive. Reason I'm saying that it's relatively inexpensive is because you are not going to, in your final expense planning, insurance planning, be able to get more than 25 to 30,000. There are some companies that goes up to 30,000, some of them goes to 25. So that's why I'm saying that it is relatively inexpensive because the amount of money you are going to look for, it's not going to be a lot. The factor that is important though, it's your age, because age is important in final expense. The more you wait, actually, the later you are in life. I mean, the once when I'm saying the later, the age factor is going to make it expensive if you stay and wait to do it when you're 80 years old, because final expense you can do it from 50 years old to 85, from 50 to 85, meaning the minute you turn 50, 55, 60, whatever, at that age, you must, if it's something that you want to do, you must jump in and get your final expense and then tell your ears, this is what you want. Because anytime, anything can happen anytime. But there are some of them that, some people that waited until the last minute. When I'm saying last minute, until they like in their 80s, early 80s, late 70s, to take that decision, to make that decision to get a final expense insurance. At that time, they found out that it's expensive. It is expensive because of their age. So I'm here to tell you that you do not have to wait until you get to that age. You can do it as early as 50 years old, or if you yourself wants to do it for your parents, to avoid that expense, you can pass that expense to the insurance company. You can take it for your mother, for your father or for your aunt or whoever you have a life relation with, meaning that it have to be blood related kind of situation. So that is the reason why you do not want to wait until you get to the late 70s or early 80s, because it will be in the expensive side. Now, it provides what final expense insurance does for you. It provides you peace of mind, because most
I
people
have a question for
that
you.
you have the questions. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have a question. Final expense, most of the time, uh, people don't understand how it works because most people think it's a traditional insurance. So that means when the money comes in, they can take it. Maybe they divide the proceeds between themselves and they forget they have to take care of the final expenses, which are the
Mhm.
funeral homes and things like that. So is it really left for the family, or is it money that's left to take care of the last wishes of the dying person?
Well, it's money. It could be both. It depends on the planning, because some people nowadays people plan for funeral like it's a party. It's like you've seen people spends money for funeral. You're saying why? I mean, you're questioning it yourself. You're saying why are they doing this? Spending that kind of money for a funeral, because in average a funeral costs $8,000, between $8 to $8,500 for a funeral. You do not have to go all the way to 25 to 2020. I'm not here to tell someone how much money they should spend for a funeral, but I'm just telling you I can give you the average cost of a funeral, which is around 8 to 8,500. So on a traditional insurance, final expense differs to the traditional insurance because of the amount of money you could get on the traditional insurance, and also the health. If someone is in good health, it's always better to go to the route of traditional insurance, because that person, not only they are not in that age bracket I'm talking about, 50s, 55, 60s, 70s old, they are much younger, so they can get a lot more coverage for their money on the traditional insurance. But when you are talking about final expense insurance, usually most people that look at for final expense insurance, and I advise them also, it's from 50 years old, from that age bracket. And we will have a chance to talk about life stage in one point in my presentation sometime, so you would understand why is it 50, from 50 and up. That's where you would want to go and do that final expense planning. But if you do it earlier, if it's a traditional insurance, most people, the beneficiaries will know. Sometimes you put 25% for Jack as beneficiary, 25% for Bob, 25% for Fred, and another 25% for Mary. So you yourself, as the insured, have the opportunity before you pass to divide that money to the beneficiaries, to your heirs. Okay, so there is no confusion when you pass what will happen. So in the traditional insurance, as I said, people know you have that. You break it down. On a final expense is different, because you don't. It's not a lot of money. You don't have that many. You're not going to pass it to your. In other words, beneficiaries. You don't have that many beneficiaries anyway. If you do, you go and specifically telling them, this is that part is for my funeral, and the rest they can do whatever they want with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely. Now, for the final expense, if you decide that, let's say, I'm the owner of the policy, I'm the insured, I decide this is gonna be my final expense. This is my traditional insurance. The insurance company itself has a say on how the money is spent.
No, no. The insurance company doesn't is not involved at all. Doesn't get involved at all in the proceed what you do with your proceed, what the proceed is, the amount of money you receive from them. They have no say in that. You do whatever you want with your money. Okay? They cannot tell you
So what
what
I
to do and
can
what not.
say, what I can say to clarify the situation is that you die in a plane crash. They didn't even recover your body, so there is not much a funeral expense to make. So let's say it was a $30,000 insurance. You take your money and you use it whichever way you want.
That's correct. And in any
And
case,
so,
they have no say.
and
Insurance
some
company have no
people,
say.
and some people in some religion, they need to bury the person almost right away. So they will make the expense to for the funeral. Whatever they spend more. When they spend more or they spend less, the money comes way after, probably 1 or 2 weeks after the funeral.
Yeah, because as I said, you could. There's another option also. You could do an assignment if you to the insurance to the funeral parlor or what funeral
Home.
funeral company,
Funeral company.
funeral home,
Yeah.
funeral company, funeral home. You could take the
Yeah.
insurance. For example, you are the beneficiary. Your dad passed away. Okay, an example. So you don't have the actual money to go and do the spends for the funeral. You take the insurance contract to the funeral company. They validate it. They call the company to validate the insurance because you can give all the information. So at this point, the funeral company take over, okay, for a fee. It's usually something minimal. It's not a lot of money, and then they'll go ahead and do the funeral, and then give once they receive the money, the check from
Roger,
the company. Yes, go ahead.
What I would like you to clarify, the funeral costs $8,000 and the proceed is $80,000. So when you do the assignment, you're not going to assign the whole 30 grand. You're going to assign $8,000, and the insurance company will send the balance to you.
Yes, that's what I said. So they do the depends on because most companies have packages. Most funeral company have packages for funeral. So sometime whatever you picked up as far as package, for example, the package number 3 is $8,000. They do the $8,000 expense and then they send you the rest. That's all there is. So they send you the rest of the money.
Well, I want to really be clear for everybody to understand. When you say they send you the balance, which will be 22 grand, the balance will be sent to you by the insurance company. The insurance company is not going to send 30 grand to you. Exactly. Because the insurance company is not going to send 30 grand to the funeral home. They are going to send only 8 grand to the funeral home and
that's
the
correct.
rest to you.
The rest to you. That's correct. So the assignment is for the amount of money that covers the funeral. That's what the assignment is for.
But Roger, I've seen some situation where the funeral home, accept the final expense insurance, but the thing is, they charge like 10%, 15% of the policy to that. I don't know if it's an assignment, but to take the money from the insurance company. Because sometimes you want to make the expense, you don't have enough cash to make the expense, and then the insurance company is gonna take a long time to send you the money. Sometimes it takes 30 days for them to send you the money. So they don't act fast, I guess, because they don't want to pay for the claim. But in the meantime, the funeral home want to accept the payment from you, but they're charging you 10 to 15% to accept the payment from you. Is that correct?
It could be. It depends. Let me explain. In the insurance contract, in your insurance contract, in everybody life insurance contract, there is a clause they call incontestability. The incontestability clause is for 2 years. So if you have an insurance, the person died, you have an insurance contract that was, you took it out, for example, 6-7 months, you have an insurance that you took out 6-7 months ago, and you happen to pass, well, the insurance company is going to investigate because you are within the incontestability time, which is 2 years. Now, because the insurance company is going to investigate, that might take some time, but they will pay. Insurance company always pay. If they do not pay you, they're going to return all your money, all your premium, all the premium that you pay for that policy. Let's just say it was a fraud. In other words, you lie, it wasn't properly done. The insurance contract wasn't properly done. So you either misstate of your age. You said you were you were 50, but you weren't 50 years old. You were 55. There is something improper, okay, in the application. The insurance company wouldn't know that because they have no way to verify your birthday. You are the one that gave your birthday, and then your driver license, whatever you gave the information. Once they finish verifying your driver license for your birthday, they cannot verify your birthday. Okay, let's just say when the person passed, then you fill out that claim. The person happened to die before the incontestability, which is 2 years. Okay, they are going to investigate, and they find out, well, the age was wrong, something is wrong. So at that time, it looks like it might be a fraud. So the insurance company will reimburse you the premium. They will not pay the actual face amount of the policy. Okay, we have to make that clear for people to understand. You cannot try to fool yourself or to lie yourself out of these things because they're going to catch you. Okay, you'll get caught. Now let's just say you after the incontestability outside of it, meaning it's after 2 years. If it's after 2 years, you cannot be contested. That's why the clause is incontestability. It cannot be contested. So therefore, the insurance company is going to pay you anyway. In other words, even if they find out that you lie about your age, okay, they are going to have to pay. Even if you committed suicide, because suicide is outside the incontestability clause. It's a 2 years incontestability. So outside of that, it's behind the incontestability time, which is after 2 years. So they have to pay you the money. They will. Okay? So it's a contract.
Roger, I think you covered most of the questions that I have. It was a pleasure for us to have a chat. So hopefully we'll see you again pretty soon, and we'll have financial planning subject and issues to address.
Thank you. And there are some more things that we can cover later on another session with final expense planning. Thank you for having me. And Harry, it's a pleasure to see you. You still have a bald head.
Likewise. Likewise.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
If you like our channel, if you like the subject, if you learned anything today, please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and like our videos and share our videos. Thank you, and thank you.